The moment you realize you are closer to your limit than ever before is the exact moment most people quit. But the edge is where the biggest changes happens. Okay, pressure, uncertainty, the failure, and the challenges have a way of exposing what you are truly made of. Everyone wants that growth, success, and improvement, but very few people understand that progress rarely happens inside a comfortable environment. And the situation that pushes you to the edges are often the same situation that builds your strongest qualities. And when your life becomes difficult, your patience, your discipline, your confidence, and ability to adapt are tested. And this is where you discover whether you are controlled by circumstances or capable of controlling your response. Being pushed to the edge does not always mean everything is falling apart. And sometimes it means you're being forced into a new level of awareness. And the human mind naturally tries to protect you from discomfort. It tells you to avoid the risk, stay familiar, and choose the easier path. But staying comfortable for too long can prevent you from discovering what you are capable of achieving. Every major breakthrough in history came from people who reached a point where they had to decide whether they would give up or keep moving forward. And the edge is uncomfortable because it represents a place where your older methods no longer work. You cannot rely on the same habits and the same excuses or the same mindset that kept you where you were. You're forced to grow because the same staying the same is no longer an option. One of the biggest reasons people struggle when they are pushed to their limits is because they mistake comfort for failure. Feeling overwhelmed does not mean you are incapable. Feeling tired does not mean you should stop. Experiencing doubt does not mean you are on the wrong path, and these feelings are often part of the process. Athletes experience this during intense training. Entrepreneurs experience it while building companies, and scientists, well, they experience it while searching for answers. And anyone attempting something meaningful eventually reaches a point where their confidence is tested. And the difference between those who succeed and those who quit is often not talent or luck. It's the ability to continue when things become difficult. And the edges teach you lessons that comfort never can. It teaches patience because results rarely happen immediately. It teaches discipline because motivation disappears when challenges increase. It teaches humility because you learn the improvement requires accepting mistakes and learning from them. And most importantly, it teaches you that your limits are often not as fixed as you believe. And many people underestimate themselves because they judge their ability based on what they have already experienced. They assume their current situation represents their maximum potential, but humans, they constantly adapt. And the skills you have today were once skills you did not possess. The challenges you overcome in the past were once the problems you thought you could not handle. And every time you survive a difficult moment, your confidence grows because you have proof that you can handle more than you imagined. However, being pushed to the edge does not mean you should destroy yourself trying to prove something. There's a difference between growth and burnout. And the true strength comes from knowing when to push forward and when to recover. And even the strongest people never need rest, reflection, and time to rebuild. And the goal is not to live in constant struggle. The goal is to become someone who can handle struggle when it arrives. Preparedness is what allows pressure to create progress instead of panic. And if you want to handle moments that push you to the edge, you have to build yourself before the challenge appears. Develop habits that strengthen your body and mind. Learn how to manage stress. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to improve. Focus on controlling the things within your power instead of wasting energy on things you cannot change. And when pressure arrives, your preparedness and your preparation becomes your foundation. Another important lesson is that your edge is different from everyone else's. One person may be pushed by financial problems, another by personal struggles, another by the fear of failure. And comparing your challenges to someone else's only distracts you from your own journey. And the question is not whether someone else has it easier or harder. The question is whether you are becoming stronger through what you are facing. And every challenge contains information about yourself. It reveals your weakness, but it also reveals your potential. And some of the most successful people in the world were not successful because they avoided difficult moments. They became successful because they learned how to use those moments as fuel. They understood that setbacks were not the end of the story, they were opportunities to adjust, improve, and continue. And the edge can feel like a breaking point, but sometimes it's actually a turning point. It's a moment when excuses become impossible to maintain. It's a moment when you finally take the action instead of waiting for the perfect conditions. Growth rarely announces itself. It often arrives disguised as a challenge you did not ask for. And the next time you feel pushed to the edge, remember that pressure is not always there to defeat you. Sometimes it's there to reveal you. The difficult moment are where your character is built. They show you what you value, what you're willing to fight for, and what kind of person you want to become. And the edges where comfort ends and transformation begins. You don't have to enjoy every challenge, but you can learn from every challenge. You can choose to see difficulty as proof that you are incapable, or you can see it as evidence that you are giving a chance to grow. The choices you make in those moments can shape everything that comes next. And when you are pushed to the edge, you are not just discovering how much you can handle, you're discovering who you can become. And this is a reason some of the greatest personal transformations happen after moments of extreme difficulty. And when everything feels uncertain, you are forced to remove distraction and focus on what truly matters. And you learn to make decisions with limited information. Keep moving without the guarantees. And trust the work you have already put in. Those moments create resilience that cannot be taught through simple advice or motivational words. Resilience is built through experience, through facing situations that test you and proving to yourself that you can continue. And the edge may challenge your confidence, but can also become the place where your confidence is rebuilt stronger than before, ever before. Thanks for watching today. If you found value in today's video, please subscribe. We're looking to build this channel. Without you, we can't do it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day.